back to another episode of OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut. We are unscripted, unedited, and uncut. Candid, honest, raw conversations. Why? Because we know we will make mistakes, but we don't need to edit it out because we are so proud of our perfect imperfections. Welcome back, and let me introduce my guest today. I have beautiful Sia with me. Sia, welcome to OATS Uncut.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I've been better.
Tell me about that.
I broke my foot recently, so...
And how did that happen?
A trampoline park.
Okay, would you like to give a word of caution to your generation if they're watching?
Don't jump in trampoline park with your friends.
But it seems like so much fun.
Well, not if they're in the same box.
Oh, okay. And how bad is it?
I want to say it's a hairline fracture.
Oh, hairline should not be so bad, but you cannot even go to school these days, can you?
No.
Uh-oh, okay. Well, hope you heal soon and you can get back to your normal life. So you wanted to come to OATS Uncut because you clearly have thoughts that you'd like to share. And the last we were talking about the upcoming elections, and I had asked you and your classmates to look at the body language of the candidates and basically give me your critique and your review. So out of the two main candidates from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, have you been watching any of the speeches or debates?
I didn't watch that much, but from what I have seen, Kamala Harris is pretty good. She is good at debating and she is a good public speaker.
Okay. Interesting. A lot of people think that Mr. Trump is a good public speaker too because he's able to persuade and sway people, and well, we'll come to that eventually, but I want to hear from you. What is your observation when you say Mrs. Harris or Vice President Harris is a good communicator? Can you expand upon that a bit?
Well, one basic thing is that she doesn't say filler sounds or words such as and she doesn't ramble, which I have seen Trump do many times.
And what about being repetitive?
She always says new facts and statistics that prove her point and are mostly true.
So she says whatever she says with passion, and she states mostly accurate statistics.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
And she's able to do it without her notes, and she's also able to do it in a short amount of time.
Interesting. Yeah, because they have only limited time, especially in a debate. What about her facial expressions?
Well, I have seen her smiling a lot, which is good, and she also looks at the audience, which is good for debating because you don't want to be looking up, down, all around. And she's happy and she looks alive, while Trump is just sitting there like, so he doesn't look that excited about what he's doing, or he doesn't look that presentable.
Many people might say that he is very strong and the way he puts his point across. Now, I'm just being the devil's advocate. It's not that I'm giving my opinion on one or the other, but since you are a very young, impressionable mind, I want you to be able to see both sides. And since you said that she speaks with passion and she has expressions on her face, many people may say that Mr. Trump has a lot of expressions on his face too. Now, whether you agree with those expressions or not, whether those expressions are placed timely in the conversation or not, or whether he is stating his facts or not, it depends. But do you feel that it's all about perception also, how you perceive one person? It's the same person being perceived differently by different people, right?
Yes, but I've also seen Kamala Harris. Kamala.
Yes.
Kamala Harris.
That's right.
Always making expressions. She looks very alive and that she's ready to be here, she's ready to go, and she knows what she's talking about. And even when she's not talking, when she's listening to Trump, she's still making facial expressions and showing her opinion while he's talking.
Yeah. So I think as girls, as women, we also know that we look nicer with expressions on our face. So why not? Why hold back? Right. So maybe that's what it is. But do you think this country is ready for a female leader?
Yes.
Why so?
For many years, people have doubted women, which I don't see why. A woman can do anything men can.
And probably better.
Yes.
In school, I just go by how you all start out, and I think girls are probably far ahead in academics than boys in many cases. But then as they grow older, life takes over and they kind of take a back seat. But where your parents come from and where I come from, we were all born in India. And I think your parents are younger than I am, but at least when I was born, we had a female leader who was the female leader of the country for a quarter of a century in India. So when I think of coming from not as developed a country, which had a female leader, to a country which is known to be a developed, progressive nation, and yet hesitating to elect a female to the highest office, it boggles my mind that we talk about equality, but it has to start from the top, right? So that's why I want all of you to consider a shot at being the president eventually when you are of that right age, right? Would you like to participate in, at the government, in school, student council, and then eventually the town government, and then state, and then federal?
Yes, in school actually we just had our elections. In 5th grade, there is one president for the school, one vice president, and one secretary.
Did you apply for any of those?
No, because I had a broken foot.
You had a broken foot, you couldn't go. Oh, that is sad.
And it's not actually you apply for one of them, which I have seen in many schools from friends outside of school. But in Burna Hill, is where I go, you present what you have to say, then whoever gets the most votes is the president. Whoever gets the second most votes is
the VP.
Yeah, and then the third most is secretary, and everyone else is
just
back to
members.
where they were.
Members.
Yeah.
Members, student council members? Do you have members also?
Yeah, but that is not really like a competition.
It's not a position.
Yeah, but if you do apply for president or, just try to win, then you're automatically in student council.
So, if your foot was okay, would you have wanted to try?
Most likely, yes.
You would have, right? I would have loved to see that too. Why not? Because I tried my hand at it too. Luckily, it worked out well for me. I had a great experience, and I think it's doable. If an immigrant can give it a shot, then you guys were born here. You definitely have a stronger hand at this game. Wonderful. Any other observation about the presidential race, anything, or shall we move on to something else?
I think we can move on.
Move on? What would you like to move on to?
Goals and aspirations.
So we were talking about that a little bit, so let's just move to goals and aspirations. You are 10 years old?
Almost 11.
Almost 11.
Yeah.
So you're 10 years old, almost 11, but still 10. Big deal, almost 11. Only at this age will you say, I am 10 3/4. You'll never hear me say that. Because the number is getting higher and higher in my case. So, we were talking about if you'd like to try your hand at governance. What are your current goals and aspirations as a 10, almost 11-year-old?
Well, one very important thing is that I keep getting good grades, and we now have the NJSLA, and this year you actually...
What is NJSLA? Can you expand? People may not know.
It is the state test for New Jersey. I want to say every state in America has their own. But, so the NJSLA stands for New Jersey State Learning Assessment.
Woo!
So, and it starts in 3rd grade. In 3rd and 4th grade, you just have one for ELA and you have one for math. In 5th grade, and I want to say going up, you're going to have it for ELA, math, and science.
So what is your goal with NJSLA?
I want to keep getting good scores because in 3rd grade, I actually got 850 out of 850 on both of them. And this year, I got 850 out of 850 in English and 849 out of 850 in math.
Ooh, my God. High achiever. Awesome. What's the other goal? Or is that the only goal you have this year?
I actually do martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before I
I
broke
like
my
that.
foot and my finger.
I like that.
So I want to get closer to black belt.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I really like that. I think that gives you that confidence and physical
Yeah.
strength, in your physical strength also. I think everybody should, girls should definitely learn martial arts.
Also, my parents just want to become a black belt like at TikTok. So that's just more motivation.
If you become a black belt, you get a TikTok account.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Quite interesting bargain. I like the way the deals that the parents are coming up with. Interesting. So done.
I thought of this deal.
You thought of this deal?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Negotiator already.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm a big negotiator. My parents said I'm going to be a lawyer. I don't think so, but sure.
Why? Okay, so because you have the art of persuasion?
No, because I negotiate about literally everything.
Ooh. What has been the biggest negotiation that you did with them? Is this a TikTok thing or something else?
Probably this.
Probably this?
Yeah. My parents aren't big on me being on social media. I'm not even allowed to watch YouTube. So, probably this.
And when do you think you started this negotiation? In the sense, not specifically for this one, but at what age may you have started negotiating?
I have no clue.
Does mommy tell you anything? No?
Not only do I negotiate everything, but I also argue about everything. So I know that I started at a very young age.
Ooh. You don't get in trouble for arguing?
A little bit.
But that's okay?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
The fun's arguing.
The fun is in the argument? Don't try that with me. That was an easy surrender. Okay, alright. So you will consider running for the office of the president when you're older.
Yeah.
Please make that one of your goals. Please.
Okay. We'll see in high school.
Now tell me one more thing. You've responded a couple of times with okay. It's another substitute for sure.
Yep.
When somebody says sure, it gets me a little aggravated because it's neither yes nor no. It's hanging in between, as if somebody's doing me a favor by saying sure. What's the deal with sure? Can you not be sure and give me a definitive answer, yes or no?
I think when people say sure, they also mean yes.
It's a very half-hearted yes. Sure.
It's like when you ask for a favor, instead of saying yes, people say sure.
So that means I would have declined, but yes. It sounds like that to me. It doesn't sound like a good, solid, firm yes. It sounds like, okay, all right, sure, okay. Just like you're okay. Okay, so you've been doing communication classes with me. Now tell me, which has been the biggest thing that you think you have fixed or learned for yourself, and which has been the biggest struggle?
I think they're the same.
The same?
The same answer is learn to stop saying uhs, and likes.
Ums, and likes. And how do you think you are performing now with?
Before I went to Yellowstone in June, I think I've been doing pretty well. But then I broke my finger and now I broke my foot, so I haven't been coming to class. So I think I definitely backtracked a little bit.
You forget. There's nobody yelling at you again and again.
Yeah.
You said it again. Well, but you've been very articulate, I have to say. You are 10, almost 11, but you've spoken like a very dignified young lady. I have not heard a single all through this conversation, so
That's good.
bravo. Anything else would you like to say as a closing message? Or shall I go ahead and say bye-bye to everybody?
I think we're good.
We good? Do you want to say bye-bye to everybody? Or should I say bye-bye?
You can say that. I forgot the outro.
No, there is no outro. We are just saying thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you gained something of value from this very candid, very casual conversation between Sia and I. All I can say is stay well, stay safe. Remember to love, laugh and smile. That's your best look. And please speak up when you feel like it and when you have something to say. You may not get the opportunity again. Speak up. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.